Typhoon Kammuri, Philippine name Tisoy, continues to hammer the Philippine Islands at this hour as a Category 2 storm with 100-mile-per-hour winds, pressure of 960 millibars as of 10 a.m. Philippine Standard Time this December 3rd. It is currently blown through Santa Cruz as a Stage 7 on the CPDS, where as much as 400 millimeters of rain is occurring in this area and is extending into the southern Luzon area towards the Batangas and Calabar and Quezon City area. That rainfall is still going to be continuing over the next 12 to 24 hours. Kammuri is at 13.4 degrees north, 122.2 degrees east. Again, Stage 7 on the CPDS. Catastrophic damage as it does go through the islands of the Philippines, and it is 11 miles away from Santa Cruz, 80 from Batangas, 85 from Puerto Galera, 116 from Manila, and 119 miles from Quezon City, the last two on the southern part of Luzon. We still do have Sigma 3 warnings for most of the Luzon area, Sigma 2 warnings for the remaining parts of Luzon and down to the Visayas region, and I wouldn't be surprised if these don't get extended into Mindoro and into the other parts of Luzon later on. Now, getting into the rainfall forecast, you can see that dark gray line going across most of the Philippine Islands. That is indicative of 50 millimeters of rain per hour, and that is going to be going through the Mindoro and Luzon region going into Wednesday and the late part of Thursday. And that is going to be finally out of the area by the time we do get later on in the week. Most of the remaining rain may come down in the extreme part of the Vietnam coastline, but the model confidence is pretty favorable that it is not going to reach Vietnam. It's actually going to fizzle out down into the South China Sea. Getting into the sea surface temperatures right now, Kammuri is over 27 degree waters, and as it does get on the other side of Mindoro, it will get into less favorable waters at 26 and 27 degrees Celsius. Now, getting into the actual forecast, where right now Kammuri has actually gone further north than what the GFS model has indicated, and that is a big concern as that is allowing for more tropical storm force conditions to actually reach its southern part of Luzon. But it will be out of the Philippines area by Wednesday, and by the time it does get into Thursday, wind shear is going to start taking its toll on this storm, bringing it down to tropical storm status and eventually fizzling out in the South China Sea by the time we do get into late Thursday and early Friday morning. After that, there's nothing else on the radar, but we'll have to keep an eye and see if anything else does develop. But getting into the chance of tropical storm force winds over the next 5 days, most of these areas are all going to be a near certainty for these conditions. Santa Cruz 99%, Batangas 98%, Puerto Galera at 96%, Manila at 96%, and Quezon City also at 96%. Getting into the model guidance, as all the models are really behind with Kammuri's intensity, as it is on that weakening trend. We have it right around 90 knots, and it is going to continue to weaken as the wind shear is going to get more and more intense, becoming less favorable for Kammuri. As you can see, getting into Thursday and Friday, we'll be looking at 30-knot winds, and that track does take you out into the South China Sea, where it is eventually going to die out. Getting into the visual imagery, as the sunrise is starting to come over the Philippines, you can see where the eye has gone through some of the islands. It is starting to get into the Telepas Bay in between Luzon and Mindoro there. And getting into the water vapor, you can see where that eye has faded away, as it did make another landfall just near Santa Cruz just about an hour ago. And getting into the infrared, yeah, that eye is pretty well collapsed, but the convection is still there. Could still see a little bit of an eye trying to develop just off the coast of Mindoro, where we may see another landfall. So if you're in places like Puerto Galera, Batangas, up to Quezon City and Manila, you got about another 12 to 24 hours before this will be out of your area. We'll have another update later on.